Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's your boy Shane Kipper. I'm using StreamYard today, so I'll be streaming to multiple platforms. I just upgraded my profile, so now I can stream to 3 different platforms at once. So super excited to see how this ends up. I've never streamed to YouTube, so this will be a first, and I can do it all simultaneously. So super excited to test this out. So today we're talking about marketing versus selling. Okay. We're going to be I'm going to show you the 80-20 difference. 80% marketing, 20% selling. I'll break down each of those categories, as well as show you the best sales funnel that you could use for each of these. Okay. But before we get started, if you go to callwithshane.com, I have a free 30-minute training that's going to get you really in line with your perfect prospects message, so you can start to attract them, compel them to follow you, take action on your offers, so on and so forth. Okay, so that's callwithshane.com. But again, going back to it, today we're talking about marketing versus selling. Okay, and I think this is an important topic because deciphering the difference and understanding where to put your energy is definitely important, right? And I say marketing 80% versus selling 20% of the time, right? Because the first part, marketing, is all about our prospects, okay? 80% of our time should be focused on the prospect. And this breakdown could even go into saying something along the lines of 80% of your time should be focused on getting to know your prospect, understanding what the product is that they want, whatever the offer is, what they need and desire now. And then 20% should be focused on building the sales process, the sales funnels, the ad copy, the videos, the whatever, anything else, the messaging. Because if you don't get the ideal client and what their desires are and how to talk to them, their language correct, then when you build your sales process, it's just going to flop. Okay, that's just the reality of it. That's the world that we live in today. It's a lot harder to get results than it has ever been, because there's so many more people joining the online space than ever before. But there's still an abundance of an opportunity. But the key is to really be specific and be clearly defined in who it is you're targeting, your messaging, and then developing your sales process. Because the sales process, the truth is that you don't need a high-tech funnel. You don't need anything super special in order to get results online with your courses. Okay, you just need to have your own established brand, how people want people to see you, but as well as what is kind of the indoctrination, how do you want to bring them through that process. Okay, so going back to it, 80% marketing as well as 20% selling. So the 20% selling part is product focused. So selling is more geared towards the benefits. It's geared towards the terms, the guarantee, the breakdown of what's inside the offer, the modules. Your product is going to be what it will do, the benefits, the features, and then the 3 different levels that we talked about in a previous live video. Actually, the last live video is the 3 different types of benefits, which are dimensional, emotional, and physical benefits, or like immediate benefits. Okay, so consider those things when you're selling, but the reality is we only spend 20% of our time doing that, because if we do our prospect analysis, our product analysis, our competitor analysis correctly, and we spend 80% of our time focused on the marketing geared towards the prospect, really understanding them and communicating them with them, then the selling process becomes a lot easier. We don't have to use hardcore tactics in order to get people to take action, whether that's to opt in for something or buy our product or our services or book a call or even. Okay. By the time they land in our sales process, we need them to know why they're there, what to expect. We want to do all the heavy lifting in our marketing, the 80% of the time that we focus. And when it comes to the marketing, when we focus our 80%, what we're actually focusing on is their limiting beliefs. We're focused on helping them overcome, and that's why we need to know them so well to understand what those limiting beliefs are so that we can actually help them overcome them, right? So there's three different questions that you need to ask. Number one is, what is their internal limiting belief, right? So let me create a banner. Okay. What is their internal limiting beliefs? And this is going to be multiple, so just write out as many as possible. But internal is, what is it within themselves? What do they believe about themselves? How have they been conditioned in the past to now think that maybe they can't do it? Maybe they're thinking like, I don't have enough talent. I'm not good on camera. Maybe they're judging themselves. Maybe they think their friends are judging them. Some sort of internal limiting belief. So write those down, because this is going to be where you spend a lot of your time in your marketing. When you're producing content, you're helping people overcome their limiting beliefs. That's why we spend 80% on the marketing. Okay. Number two is going to be external if I could spell. Okay. Is going to be external limiting beliefs. Okay. So with our external limiting beliefs, this is going to be like money, maybe resources. Maybe someone doesn't have the camera equipment to maybe produce content. Whatever those physical external things on the outside, maybe, if you're in fitness, it could be you don't have this right food in the pantry. Maybe it's their family is preventing them from getting the results because they're eating like crap, or whatever the case may be. Those are external things. So we need to identify those things and overcome them in our content. If we can do our marketing correctly, obviously we need to have a good offer and a good sales process. I'm not saying that you should give 20% energy to the sales process. I'm saying 20% of your time, and maybe energy, because the reality is by the time they land on that sales process, that sales funnel, click on your ad or whatever, they need to know why they're there. And they need to know that they can do it. And you need to be able to show them, demonstrate that you can actually get them to where they want to be. So, you need to understand their desire, but what's holding them back from getting there, internal and external, and then help them overcome those limiting beliefs so that by the time because what you need to do is help them overcome those themselves. That you don't need to tell them they're wrong for believing a certain thing. You need to be able for them to agree and come to a conclusion themselves that that belief, whatever it is incorrect, that it's invalid, that they don't need to put out any more energy towards that. So if you can help them do that sales process, there's a rhyme and a reason behind every type of sales process. So, when you have a story format, a long form sales letter, you're geared towards more geared towards people. You really need to know your prospects. So are they readers? What kind are they? Do they have that high tech language when you're writing that? You need to understand that. But even in the long form sales letters and in your video sales letters as well, you're still overcoming those limiting beliefs. And you're still at the end, if you'll notice, any webinar is generally 80% of the webinar is education. It's teaching people how to overcome their limiting beliefs about a certain subject, and the solution to their problem or the reason they're not getting their desire is that product or service, which is only the last 20% of that webinar. And in that webinar, at the selling point, you're just talking about what you get when you sign up for this course or book a call, right? You're going to get these 8 modules, and then you're going to get these PDFs, and you're going to get this extra bonus course, plus, your guarantees, your terms, your benefits, your features, all those things go into the selling portion. But if you've done the 80% part right, and this, like I said, this doesn't matter if it's a webinar, if it's a VSL, if it's your long form sales copy, if this is your content, as your marketing umbrella as a whole, it needs to be looked at as a 80-20 scenario. 80% is focused on getting them to agree that number one, that they have a problem and that there is a solution, and then that your solution is the only solution. Okay, but then the selling, it doesn't have to be hardcore at that point. If you've done that 80% right, the 20% comes easy. Okay, so that's what we talk a lot about here in the Simplified Sales Solutions Facebook group, is getting that 80% dialed in. Okay, if we get that dialed in, then you could have the ugliest sales funnel on the planet with a good message and a great offer, and you'll slay. But if you have great content, but a bad offer, you're still not going to make that work. Okay, so we still need to focus on that 20%. But if we can get that messaging right, we know that our offer is right, because it's a reflection of the time we've spent on our prospect and understanding what they need right now. Okay, so again, just as a quick recap, 80% of your energy should be focused on the marketing, which is prospect oriented. So focus on what they want, need, desire, are frustrated by, and then producing an offer that helps them get that result. But also in that process, you're helping them overcome their internal and external limiting beliefs so that they can come to their own conclusions. And when they take action, they're taking action to complete the action, not just to see what you got, just pop onto the page. They're there to take action. Okay. And then 20% is selling. So this is going to be your benefits. This is going to be your features, basically your breakdown. This is your stack, what you're going to be getting in order to get the solution. This is everything that you need. That's the selling part. Okay. But that's it. So every Tuesday and Thursday at 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, I go live in the Simplified Sales Funnel or Simplified Sales Solutions group. We talk about ads, funnels, follow-up, and webinars for coaches, consultants, and course creators. I just figured out how to stream to YouTube now. So I'll be streaming on YouTube every Tuesday and Thursday at 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. If you're not part of the Facebook group, go ahead and join. I'll leave a link in the description below. And again, if you go to callwithshane.com, I have a free 30-minute training that is going to help you get really specific on your perfect prospects so that you can start to develop a message that's compelling for the right people and also repels the wrong people, the people that don't have money, that aren't fit for our business, that are going to be a struggle and a hassle, right? So we're engineering a messaging campaign that will allow us to bring in the right people and increase our conversions because we're creating the right type of content and spending 80% of our time on the marketing. Okay. And then last thing, callwithshane.com/RND-book. I have a free PDF that you can get. It's a workbook that goes into even greater depth on how to get your perfect prospect in your mind and out on a piece of paper. Okay, so get access to that. It's totally free. Print it off and fill it out, and it'll definitely help you get clearer on your perfect prospect. Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining me. Tune in on, today is Tuesday, so tune in on Thursday at 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. We're going to be talking more about ads, funnels, follow-up, and webinars. So thank you so much. See you soon. Much love, peace, and more sales.